Yes, the subclavian being historical news. This video is called Children's Rights, Life, Sex, and Death. Which is all the children are today. Life, sex, and death. Children are dying of starvation. They're being raped. They're being beaten by their parents. They're being beaten in nations. They're being beheaded. They're being tortured. They're being slave labor. They're being raped. They're being abused. The world is set against children. Why? No, not. The world seems to be set against children. Children's rights. And a right to be a family. And a right not to be beaten. Like Adrian Peterson's kid beaten with a stick. Leaving shoved in his mouth. Kelsey Smith beats his daughter to death because she won't eat her own underwear. Where does it end? Where does it end? Where does the end of children's rights begin? Do we do anything to protect the children anymore? Is there anything done to protect the children anymore? So many millions and millions and millions of children are put to hell. 30,000 die of starvation. They have Ebola. They have cancer. Sadness in life really is. It's become a sickness in the world. This right to abuse children. Children who are sick. Children that are alone. Children in war. Children in life. Children even in home. Children on the street. The slaughter of these innocent victims is just ridiculous. Ridiculous, worthless, needless slaughter of these children is absolutely ridiculous. It's facetious, it's sick, it's sociopathic. Has to be. Has to be. Nobody in their right mind would do to these children what people do. People treat their children like dirt. They treat their children like dirt. Like they're something to beat on or abuse. Better. Not all parents. Don't get me wrong. Not all parents. But many, many, many do. Many do. The children of war. The children of poverty. The children of suffering. The children of death. That's the sadness of human life. If these children suffer needlessly, unwantingly, all they want to do is cry. All they do is cry. Guys takes beat their children, bash their children, torture their children. In certain nations, they're beheaded. Syria. The guy decapitated 12 children's heads. Where is the love of the world gone for children? Where's the love of the world gone for children? That's what I want to know. Where's the love of the world gone for children? Where's the affection of the world gone for children? There are so many human rights advocates, but they can't take care of all the children. And the children are beaten, bashed, slaughtered, beaten, sold into slavery, sold to slave labor. Even by places like Walmart, pay to feed the children. And yet they go overseas. The children there starve and use them for slave labor. Yeah. This is sadness of human life. It really is the sadness of human life. That the children's rights are not protected around the world. That the children's lives are not protected around the world. That the value of a children's life is only death, sex, or use, or abuse, or beatings and batterings in life. This is the sadness of human life. It really is. This is sadness that's horrifying. It's degrading. It's demeaning. Children can't defend themselves. Children cannot defend themselves. Because people like to pick on people weaker than themselves. People like to pick on people weaker than themselves. Even if they bully a child. Some guy killed 7 women today. Children, women, doesn't matter. The children are the death of this world. The children are the death of this world. They're dying at such a high rate. That's millions every year. Millions and millions every year. Not including the children that suffer from cancer, or MDA, multiple sclerosis, or other things. It's such a sad case of human life. It's not only have to deal with children's sickness, but the abuse of children and those that are sick in the head. They want to abuse children. Pedophile like Sandusky. The BBC protected him. 200 children he molested. The BBC protected him. The list goes on. Catholic religion protected children, protected the priests for 50 years. 50 years. How many children have they decreed to life, sex, homosexuality? 50 years. Because it's not homosexuality, I should say pedophilia. It's a sadness in life. People are worried about the gays. Should be worried about pedophiles and hunters of children. These aren't hunters of children. Those in Syria, terrorists, use them for bombs, use them for car bombs, use them to put bombs on their back. The 200 children that were taken in Nigeria by Boko Haram. Children have no life. Children have no life. Only death. Only suffering. Only agony. Only abuse. The crime of human life. The greatest crime of human life. Such a children die. Children die without hope, without care, without an I love you. They suffer. They rot human life. They rot human life. They rot to death in human life. They're tortured in human life. They're butchered, beaten, and bashed in human life. They even been decapitated in Syria. What does a child does a chance have today? Children are killing children. Children's rights are battled at all people should look out for. I do videos on this subject all the time. Somebody killed children. Somebody killed children. Adrian Peterson beat his child with a stick and stuffed the leaves in his mouth. Now, the abuse of children has got me on a hand. And the rights advocates cannot handle all the cases. And the DCFS cannot handle all the cases. Because it goes on all over the world. It goes on all over the world. Children are hunted. They're sexed in. They're prostituted in. They're used and abused for human life. And that's not right. The death of children has become all too commonplace. All too commonplace. Beat their kids, bash their kids, butcher their kids. Doesn't matter. Drive them into rivers. Throw them over a cliff. Doesn't matter. The children still die. The children die. It's gotten out of hand. It's gotten me out of hand. It's gotten me out of hand. It's time for it to stop. It's time for it to end. And that's the sadness of human life. It really is the sadness of human life. Children do this. Children suffer through this. Children have to depend on adults. Children depend on adults. Adults abuse the children. Where does it end? Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line for human life? Where do you draw the line for human life? Children's rights, life, sex, and death, starvation, hunger, violation, lack of education, throwaway children, drug addict children. The list just goes on and on and on and on and on. Like it never ends. It's a quest. Like it's some kind of quest to abuse those that believe in themselves, those that depend on them. Now, why have children? Why have children while you're going to abuse them? Why have them? Children are killed. It's a sadness of human life. It really is. It's a sadness of human life. They're executed, they're killed, they're butchered, they're raped, they're slaughtered, they're beheaded, they're starved, they're beaten, they're bashed, they're slave labored and sex labored in. When does this type of sociopathic stuff end? The children start to be treated like children. When do the children start to be treated like children? Think about it. Watch the videos. And it'll show you the violence and the rage that goes on against the children of life. The children of life. Sex really has become a cold world for the children. It's become a cold world for children. That's the sadness of human life. That's a failure of human life. And that's a disgrace of human life. But I keep fighting. I keep doing videos. I keep doing videos. I keep doing videos. This is 7 billion human being historical news show about the children's rights to life, not sex, starvation, and death. And that's a fact of human life. That's the reality of human life. A great change is needed in the world. Not yesterday, but the day before. To change the road to hell that children lead down the path. Children have been molested and hid by the Catholic religion, by the Mormon religion, by other people. People hide it like it's a disgrace. Report these people. Report these people. Turn these people in. Defend the child if you have to. Defend the child if you have to. Because that's the only way it's going to stop. Because if somebody defends a child, the child can't defend itself. And that's the sadness of human life. It really is. It is the sadness of human life that this goes on. That people are portrayed, the children are portrayed. They're beaten and bashed and whipped. They're kicked, punched, battered, bullied, just saturated with the hate of human life. This can't go on. This can't go on. Somewhere there has to be life for the children. Somewhere has to be life for the children. Somewhere there has to be life for the children. And it's the sadness of human life. It really is. And nobody does nothing about it. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. It never ends. It never stops. Never quits. Never gives up. It just keeps burying the children. It just keeps burying the children. That's a fact of human life. It just keeps burying the children. This is the sadness of human life. I have to do a show like this. It's the mockery of human life. The children are the show. The show of abuse. And abuse of children. The abuse of human life towards the children. Think about it. Think about it. Just think about it. Think about what you've heard here. It happens to children all over the world. Think about it. Think about what we can do to change it. Think about what we can do to change it. This is the 7 billion big story. Thank you for watching.